versus Anthony Jacob Cabrera. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Fernando Ramos for the defendant.
And are you Anthony Cabrera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review that with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cabrera, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are good.
Mr. Cabrera, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Honor. Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent, was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Court will note for the record that a competency evaluation was filed on February 22nd, 2022. And on March 28th, 2022, the defendant was determined to be incompetent. Can you tell the court, has he been established as competent?
He has been restored to competency. Last week, we had a hearing in front of Judge Carruthers, Judge, and he was declared competent.
All right. Mr. Cabrera, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense? Is
Yes,
that
Your
the
Honor.
plea? State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Honor. No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offer state exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, and state, have you had a chance to contact the complainant?
Judge, we've made several attempts. I don't believe any of them were successful.
All right, you may continue to confirm. Mr. Cabrera, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we ask that you follow the plea bargain.
All right, the court will follow your plea, sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and the court will give you credit for time in the state hospital. Was he transferred
Transferred from,
to the state hospital?
he was transferred there and then he came back, Judge.
All right, and so he'll receive credit for the time he's been at the state hospital as well. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
The rest is closed, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And
Yes,
did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Cabrera, you're gonna have to make sure that you stay up on your medications. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm gonna request the therapeutic community, and I'll notate that there are mental health issues. So that they'll be aware. All right, and once you're released from custody, you need to make sure that you go to the Center for Healthcare Services, all right? All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Who's here on Miguel Santiago Colon?
I just spoke with the defense attorney, Your Honor, and he might be in the hallway still.
Okay. Kaale Brooks?
I think.
Yes.
I'm not sure, I'm not actually sure.
Yes, he's online. Are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
All right, could I have the state?
I really shouldn't correct
All
you. I
right,
don't know how to pronounce it
that's
myself.
okay. Mr. Brooks, you need to unmute and start video. Hi. You want to call your client? No. Here he is. You need to unmute, sir.
Okay, hello?
All right, thank you. So today is the day. Hi, just give us a moment, sir. So state, were you able to tender an offer?
We were able to tender an offer, Your Honor, and I believe we have an agreement. So there's just some logistical things we would like to ask the court.
Yes, Judge.
All right,
So
yes.
this client is in Idaho. I just need to get him to schedule a flight, get down here for a plea deal. He doesn't know about the plea bargain, but I'm 99% sure we're going forward on it.
Okay.
If we can just have a reset for the plea date or even plea deadline where he is in person, we'll come in, knock out the plea and be done.
All right, whenever you do air quotes, it means that what you're saying
Well,
is not what you're saying.
We
No,
we can name it whatever we want. just a
no, but
setting
you're
where-
like pleaded.
Only one
All right,
time
when is he able to come back?
Mr. Brooks, do you think you can get back here in the next 2 weeks?
Yes, I can.
2-week reset, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in 3 weeks?
3 weeks. Fine.
Oh, no, when people say they want 2 weeks, I give them 3 weeks. So then I
Thanks.
notate they only ask for 2.
I wanted 2 weeks just to get out of this winter storm. Afterwards, we can set as much.
Well, I don't even know how the weather is in Idaho. So
Probably worse than here, but they probably.
let me
experience
ask you
it.
this, not to interfere with your plea negotiations, but is this for time or something else?
Something else.
Something else.
All right, so is there a reason why we can't do the paperwork and everything by Zoom? Is that not doable?
I presume it is.
I mean, we can do it via Zoom, Judge. I have no problem with that. I'd still ask for at least a short reset just so I can discuss everything with my client.
All right, so we can do the plea by Zoom, and then if he needs to be here, we can set it for a date that he needs to be here. So Ms. Ferguson, on this case, recall this for next week. All right, 22nd.
Double checking, Judge. Monday. I'm sorry, I will be in Bandera County. Even though I'll be on Zoom, I don't get any signal out there.
All right, 23rd in the morning.
I'll be here anyways, so yeah, that'll work.
All right, Mr. Brooks, you don't need
Yes,
to
ma'am.
catch your flight. We're going to recall this for February 23rd, and that'll be by Zoom, okay?
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
No, my client not excused.
Yes.
Go ahead and log off, Mr. Brooks. I'll call you this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.